Please subscribe to Facetv Africa and turn the notification on. Facetv Africa, subscribe.
Facetv Muswobi.
Now would emerge and they will deny the result from and give it to another person. It's not done. Yes, our state is a peaceful state, yes, and our governor is a peaceful governor. That's why some miscreants in different areas are trying to take what belongs to us. Now we are saying that the result of Okigwe North should be given to Engineer NVC MNEK. He is the rightful person. We are giving the right warning to do justice to all these people. How can a result from Abombi said supersede all the results in Imo State? It's impossible. We are asking for justice in this Imo State, or Imo State will turn to something else. Every concerned person that are involved in this criminal act, they should revise it fast before 24 hours to make sure we declare the winner, starting from Okigwe North and to other places where all this injustice is being committed. That's what we are complaining for. We are peaceful people, and the whole youth of Okigwe and the Imo State have complained that no injustice should prevail. Yes, justice must prevail here in Imo State. And let them declare together and make sure that our mandate is restored.
We are saved.
Greatest Imo State youth! Greatest Imo State youth! His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Imo State, the Uche Nwosu, the Assured Alliance candidate and the winner of Imo State election. Please permit me to hide under the already established protocol. We are here this afternoon to come as a peaceful youth, peace-loving youth of Imo State, to come here before His Excellency to lay the complaint of these injustices that have been meted out to Imo State by the REC, Resident Electoral Commissioner of Imo State, and the returning officer that was assigned to carry out the return collection and return of various elections in Imo State. As it is today, the people's way has been subverted by these combined thieves. And we are here today generally to call on Inec, to call on President Muhammad Buhari to be on Inec that what is right should be done in Imo State. Yes, that those people that won election should be declared winners. Yes, generally in Imo State, Abombi, Ayazimbise, and Zimbise, we are using this opportunity for INEC National Chairman to do justice on that in the three local government, where only three local government generated over 130,000 votes with that candidate. And the right and the returning officer were comfortably accepted the result and collected it and declared it. We are here today to talk about even the ones that are trying to do at Okigwe zone, Imo North, that they should declare the person that won the election, which is Engineer Division Medical Assured Alliance. I'm also speaking Chico Kafo for Okigwe South Federal Constituency. They won the elections and they should be declared. On the state, on the government election, Uche Nwosu, the Assured Alliance candidate, won the election and it should be returned. And other parts of the state, that the will of Imo people, we are mandate we are telling that the president should order Inec or direct Inec to do the needful. Thank you, sir, and may God bless Imo State.
Thank you. Let me first of all commend you, the youths of Imo State, for this peaceful demonstration to express your grievances in what is happening in the land of Imo State. This is a civilized way of sending your protest. And I must dare say to you that what is happening in Imo State by those conducting our election has the capacity to create tension and confusion in the land. It's for this reason that I commend you, the youths, for still being peaceful, despite what we might assume the greatest height of provocation. I would like to, first of all, mention these few points to all of you and what I have observed personally, starting from the issue of governorship election in Imo State, which affected the AA candidate and the PDP candidate. Now, in the course of this, I have personally seen what I consider injustice. I've seen what is called unfairness in this whole exercise. And it is obvious that Inec Imo State is not guaranteeing us free and fair election. I say so because, coming by the actual calculations, the person that won this election is Uche Nwosu. Now, but in the course of this manipulation, we understood, and all of you have witnessed the fact, that the REC himself decided not to use the coalition officers from Federal University of Technology photo, which he disbanded for reasons he gave, for flimsy reasons that they have met with politicians. Again, he introduced the people from Abia State College of Agriculture, University of Agriculture. They also came here just a night before the election, Friday midnight. We thought we have gotten coalition officers. Again, those ones were disbanded for seeing politicians after arriving by 12 midnight of Friday. I wonder what time they had to have seen the politicians that's warranted him to send them back. Now he said he went to his personal university in Oka to bring in the coalition officers who believed him, not knowing that he actually went to bring in people who he has been training for the past 3 weeks in Anambra to come and carry out this injustice on the people of Imo State. When those people arrived, they arrived with heavy security men from Anambra State. And when they did that, they were all sent straight from there to the various local governments and wards to conduct the elections. Little do we know that the people that were sent were all the relations of the PDP candidate from the same village and from the same local government. And all of them were there as collation officers to collect these results. So we found out that those who went to the train business are the people from the same places, and these are relations who have already been told what to do by the REC and by those who are going to do this. And that was what happened. This is why you could see the overvoting in Mbese, that out of the 270,000 votes that he scored, 50% of it, about 100-something thousand, came from 3 local governments. And that was all calculated. And most of these people never looked at the results from EC8A, from booths. They simply gathered themselves in the local government, collected what they could collect, and returned what they could return. As far as we are concerned, and we still maintain that REC has wrecked democracy in Imo State. Yes. And that is very painful too. Denying people their choice. But unfortunately for them, very, very unfortunate for them, they were not smart enough to know that Section 179 requires you to have spread at least in 2/3 of the local governments before you can be declared a winner. Now, they ended up with only 9 local governments instead of getting 18 out of the 27. They're not smart enough. Even when they declared this man winning from those 3 local governments, the returning officer also, who is part of the game, which they have all planned, also went in hurriedly to announce this result. He was advised by all the senior staff of Inec with the REC. We're aware of the conversation that took place in their meetings where they insisted that he should look at the Constitution. This man, in his hurry, decided to announce the result against the wish of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This again is wrong. And in doing so, the returning officer didn't even consider the wards cancelled and the polling booths cancelled. Total wards cancelled and polling booths cancelled where there was no election is enough. It's more than the difference between the PDP and AA candidate, which we have called for a supplementary election. The returning officer never cared about this. He went ahead and announced the result. And if you listen to him, with the speed with which the man announced the result, also tells you that the man is part of the game being played. This again is unacceptable to all of us. Yes. Again, we found out that in the case of the young man, Emenike, from Okigwezo, while the election was going on that day, somebody, the senior returning officer, went to somewhere and declared a candidate a winner when people are still voting in their various polling booths. And we thought it was a joke. It came to us as a surprise. Could that be possible? We say it's a joke. When the report came to me, I said, don't mind them. This must be the highest joke of the highest order. Because of that, till now, election took place, and somebody has wrote reports and declared with only zonal result sheet, without booth, without word. And when they have compiled the results at the booth level and at the word level, the winner of that is Emenike, the man popularly called as Okorocha. Now, he has his result sheets, which says he has won. Again, I advise REC not to REC further by declaring the winner of this election. If the young man has won, please give him his victory. This is democracy. And I want to warn that the REC should not REC Imo State and go back to Anambra and sleep comfortably. That will not be acceptable. If he should maintain peace and not cause agitation in the minds of the people of Imo State. That is what is going on, and I quite agree with you that this is enough provocation to make people do what is wrong. But I appeal to all of you as my children, please do not behave otherwise. Just know that we have a listening president, we have a listening nation, and we have people who actually are peaceful people who love democracy to advise the appropriate people and quarters to do the right thing. It is obvious that this fight is targeted towards me by some of those who have decided to fight me from Abuja. And I'm ready to take the fight as much as I can take. But don't transfer this aggression you have against me to anybody that is associated with me. That again, I will not accept. That again, I said totally, I will not accept that. So allow the young men who won the elections to be so declared. Uche Nwosu won that election. If you remove the 3 results of Mbese, Uche Nwosu is leading in that election by almost 50,000 votes. They should declare him. And when they say they feel they cannot declare him as a winner because they declare somebody, then they should go for it wrong, because there's nothing you can do to change that Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is a constitutional matter. It's not even an electoral act matter. Even if it's an electoral act matter, you can't change it. And it's not a guideline. It's a constitutional provision. And Constitution remains the only binding document that guides our conduct in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Again, you must have heard that even in my own case, my certificate has not been issued. And I wonder why, as civilized as we are, that my certificate will be withheld. I know for whatever reason that somebody reported that I, Okorocha, governor of Imo State, came and held him under duress. How? Me come to you, which professor? Who is the man that I will stand up from my office to go and stand before you and hold you under duress? By what means? I'm not a violent person. For those who know me, I'm a very peaceful person. That's why we have peace in Imo State. This is why there's no crisis in this land. But some people are provoking people beyond provocation. So they could have said that under duress. So that means, under duress means I must have used gun, pointing on the man, or I must have held his neck, or I must have done something dangerous before him to make him do what he didn't want to do. I think this is an insult to my person. And I've asked Inec to correct this quickly and reduce the damage which we are doing. I'm not unmindful of the fact that some people who are fighting me and who have declared openly to fight me have decided that anything I do, they must come against it, including my being a senator. I'm aware of a number of people who have confidentially reported to me about their meetings, and those of them from all over the country here who are insisting that they must fight me. Let me tell every Nigerian that I fight no one, and no one should fight me. Yes. And if anyone fights me, he will be a loser at the end of it all. Yes. So I say that my Inec certificate cannot be touched and cannot be seized. Doing so is belittling democracy in Nigeria. The question the international community will ask you, did you declare this result? You say you have declared the result. And once the result is declared, it takes only a tribunal to change that result. Exactly. Why is Inec holding my certificate on my petition without giving me fair hearing to present my own case if I'm found guilty in any way, to even have held my certificate, which I clearly won? But the gentleman in question had wanted to take the result as they are doing now to MNK of Okimo to Owerri here. And once the result comes to Owerri here, the REC will rec the result and announce whoever he wants to announce. That was what we stopped, that you cannot declare a senatorial result in a state. You should declare the result at the senatorial zone, and that's what we did. And he now announced the result and went back to say he's under duress. How can you be under duress where SSS were present, police was there, agents were there, and even the staff of Inec from National Headquarters were all seated, and monitoring team were there, over 100 people. Then one person will come and hold you, and then that's it. It is unfortunate. And my idea said that this is the worst of election I've seen conducted in Imo State. And I want to advise the REC, particularly himself, and he's doing this without the consent of his other staff, to change his side quickly and do the right thing and make sure justice prevails in all that we do in this land. So in summary, they have declared the PDP candidate as the candidate, but he didn't win the election, and he knows he didn't win. Uche Nwosu won in 21 local governments, or 22 local governments, out of the entire local governments. So how can you use 5 local governments to govern the entire state? So these are some of the things that happen. And when we transfer to generations to come, they'll be asking how primitive we were at our own time. What we're doing today, there's primitivity in what we're doing and how we're conducting elections in Imo State. I want to call the attention of all peace-loving people and all democracy-loving people of Nigeria to put their eyes on what is happening to Imo State, because what is happening to Imo State may become an embarrassment to the whole nation. When other people of the world and international communities tend to hear what we're doing, let the right thing be done. You can't force yourself into power against the people. Democracy is about the people, by the people, and for the people. Yes, and no one should force himself upon the people and to say that the people must govern him, they must govern the people. It's not done, it's not acceptable. With this, I want to appeal to you, and I want you to make sure you are peaceful, and make sure we tell the REC to release your result, and to make sure the proper result is done. And if you go there now and say, REC should produce a result, then they will say to you, you are doing that under duress. When you ask for your right, it becomes duress. But when you allow them to do whatever they want, this is perfect democracy. I think this is something that we must give a second thought and never transfer these situations yet unborn. As I am right now, I'm not proud again of democracy in this part of the world, especially in Imo State, with what is happening and what is continuing to do. Another case they have is the case of the young man who ran for election of Federal House in Olu. This result was declared inconclusive. Certificates, reports given. Only 5 days later, they called them for a meeting, and the REC declared somebody a winner, a PDP candidate. I think the REC is simply a PDP candidate members, but who is now here on a mission to use as an instrument by those who want to fight roaches to fight roaches. But that was not acceptable, and we shall resist it. Thank you.
On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate we shall stand.
Please subscribe to Face TV Africa and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa, subscribe,
Face TV, Muswobi.